not going to speculate on it, but you know, I know that he is a little bit into rando, I think. But yeah, he's definitely going to be fun to watch. We also have Eriphram. Get up. His best time in the tournament so far is a 1:40.21, which I believe is also pretty close. Yeah, it's about a minute off of his PB, so still pretty good for him to keep it close there. And his seeding in the bracket stages is 60. So there is a little disparity here, but we've seen many close races before between disparate seeds that are 5, 10, or so minutes apart. Anything can happen to the top runners that are using riskier stratch, where there can be lots of time saved depending on where deaths may or may not occur. So we are just going to see what the runners have to offer us right now, and best of luck to both of them as they are walking their way through the rain and going to pick up this bush and then head down into the castle.
Gotta love falling into the castle,
Gotta love it.
Always exciting, yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh, it's really good. You can take it down.
Pick a bush, fall down, get the sword. I mean, it's just a classic sequence of events, Everyone loves it.
Quite literally taking it down to the ground,
Taking it down below the ground.
Below the ground.
Taking it down below the ground. Always. So then you walk up to the uncle and you say, hey, I'm taking it. And you take it.
He holds up his sword and he's like, yeah, why don't you take this as well?
So,
runners heading into the castle here. Going to be heading into the basement, seeking out little Zelda. Had a little trouble with the ball and chain guard. Gotta go save her from that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, ball and chain guard just put in charge of making sure that Zelda stays in her place, but we're having none of that. We got a sword now. We took it, and we're gonna make our way to the basement. We're gonna go free here as quickly as possible. g3rd0 with a solid first key guard. Eriphram had to had to take a couple extra slashes, but doesn't lose too much time. But yeah, as you can see, there's just a lot of movement tech in this this segment. Not much crazy or interesting going on. You only have a sword. There's no items or anything, no boots. So not much to comment on other than little time losses here and there for little things.
Some good RNG for g3rd0 there. Eriphram charging his sword after he enters the room. Getting the boomerang actually before doing the slashes on the key guard. Pretty interesting, but cool strat. Gets out pretty well.
And with that, they both have the key they need to go downstairs and confront the key guard we were talking about. So you see a couple different strategies going into this. Assuming g3rd0 will do the 8 slash. Oh no, it does pot. It does pot and 4 slash. Or maybe a slash and a spin. Nah, 4 slash. Takes a hit there. Looks like Eriphram's doing the same.
And a little bit of bad luck for Eriphram with the boomerang there. Kind of unfroze the ball and chain at a awkward time for him, but only takes 1 hit and gets through the rest of it there.
Yeah, so neither of the runners come away unscathed there, and neither of them neither of them opens the chest before talking to Zelda, which is optimally what you want to do, but it's not that big of a time difference. And yeah, so now it's just RNG factor for the rest of this segment here with rats and the snakes in the sewers. Keep an eye on g3rd0's stream. He's going to make his way down through this screen, and then he's going to make his way past the downtown kids. They're always walking down, so I call them the downtown kids. They're always taking it. So gets past him there. Eriphram gets past him safely there, and yeah, just walking. Zelda's following, doing it.
Oh, g3rd0 getting a little poke from that obnoxious blue guard there. Not a big deal. 1.5 hearts for both our runners. We'll see if either of them choose to pick up that heart on the way on the inside of the basement there. Looks like Eriphram's going to pick up his heart here. Make sure he's got enough health so he doesn't die in the escape.
Yeah, there's a couple heart pots you can pick up. The one Eriphram picked up is just fine. There's another one slightly more in your way once you get past the statue room that you can pick up as well. I assume both of these runners will go for the Sanctuary Heart once they get out of this segment. as well. g3rd0 might not, but I assume he still picks it up. Decent RNG for g3rd0. He does have to boom the one snake, but otherwise they don't have too much trouble. Ooh, Eriphram has to boom twice. And have the greatest RNG there that just blocked off his path.
Also getting a little hug from that bat ski coming down there. It's easier one for the key.
Yeah, there's a little manipulation you can do on that bat to make sure he's not in your way, but sometimes it just fails because of the way the snakes decide to come at you. You can't really do the move properly. Ooh,
g3rd0 got trolled there, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Key rat was like, hey, here's the key, and then the other rat was like, hey, no. Sorry, brah.
Yeah, they like to be like that.
Yeah,
and Eriphram got pretty decent RNG in the key rat room, so that's what you like to see. Similar RNG, at least.
g3rd0 is going to be saving a couple frames, got the beeping. Ooh, an Eriphram, dude, look at them both manipulating the dialogue in the sanctuary to save as much time as possible with their beep strats.
Looks like Eriphram, yeah, safely going to slash that rat. He'll get it too. Yeah, it's not something that maybe they do, you never know, but I assume that they don't go for the text manipulation. It's just like a fun little...
Sometimes it just falls in your lap,
it's
though,
like a
you
happy
know?
accident, you know? Alright, yeah, g3rd0 is going to get the Sanctuary Heart.
I imagine, especially with only one heart to spare, not getting it's kind of a bold move.
Yeah.
It's really easy to take a heart of damage from an Octo on the overworld, and I can really put a damper on your run pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, the Octoroks are just a pain in this overworld. Moving in random directions, moving really quickly, shooting quick projectiles.
And heartless,
yeah,
obviously.
Absolutely. Ooh, g3rd0 with the shield block. That was a cool little... Eriphram takes 2 hits. Like we said, heartless.
Yeah, he got a little bit of unlucky RNG and kind of unfortunate timing from the shots of the Octoroks, that the second one fired in such a way that the first one like kind of set him up to get hit by the second, unfortunately. So he's going to need to pick up some health in Eastern in order to set up for his big key switch skip, I guess.
All right, g3rd0's in Eastern right now, which is, again, not too crazy. A couple cute little rooms with cool strats, but we'll talk to them as we get to them.
These balls are all RNG based. g3rd0 had to kind of meander through the two. You can do some wall pumping on those edges if you get a favorable RNG, but even if it's the best RNG, it only saves like a couple of frames if you do it optimally anyway. So ideally you just hope for, you know, a series of balls shooting at you that you don't have to like wiggle around. g3rd0 taking care of the Stalfos room really nicely there, avoiding the precipice of what would spawn them. We got Eriphram coming up just behind, delivering 2 nice pot throws as well. g3rd0 picking up some arrows, preparing for the Armos fight and beyond, in case he doesn't get any drops.
Yeah, that is a very, very common arrow pickup. We see Eriphram going for it now. It's actually unnecessary if you get enough arrow drops. You know, during this dungeon later on, there's some enemies that will drop arrows for you if you get the 50-50 chance. But usually, even if you do get them all, it's nice to have those extra arrows.
Yeah, I always look at it as that like you only need 1 set of 5 arrows to be able to complete this dungeon. But I look at it as more as like for the future. Like I look at those 5 arrows as useful for Landmo, and then even in Palace of Darkness later on. And that's kind of the way I focus on like justifying always getting them.
Yeah, and for pure speed purposes, you would skip that pot and just hope for good drops for the rest of the run, basically. Not even just, you know, the drops later in this dungeon, but as you said, it's just so much more comfortable getting that extra pot and being like, okay, I'm, unless I get really screwed, I'm pretty fine with my arrows.
Yeah. I like to have plenty to be able to have at my disposal in Aghanim's Tower and be able to shoot some arrows at whatever enemies I like to in the last few rooms,
Yeah.
rather than having to like mess around with sword slashes and that sort of thing. There's several of them.
Yeah, it's always nice to have backups.
Eriphram over here got that nice 20 drop earlier on the way to the skip, so he actually is pretty much set. I'm not sure if he does Saha rupees or tree rupees, but either way, he's going to have enough leaving Aghanim's Tower.
Ooh, g3rd0.
Ooh, manages to make up for it there. Yeah, that was really nice recovery.
Usually,
that's really, really difficult on that last hit to catch up if you miss one.
Yeah, agreed. And he only has 7 rupees as he does this quick kill on the Armos. Very well done there. He's only got 7 rupees, so he might have to pick up a backup or 2, depending on the drops he gets in Desert from the Popos. Ooh, Eriphram showing off, maybe unintentionally showing off that the Armos won't start spinning unless they're all in position. So he missed one of his arrows, or didn't shoot one of his arrows, but he had time to shoot that arrow again to get one of them out of position, which still gives him enough time to get in position before they start spinning.
So a pretty nice start for both our runners so far.
Yeah, not bad.
See g3rd0 getting the boots, and Eriphram's going to make his way over to grab them himself. Head on over to Desert, which is everyone's favorite dungeon. It's really fun the whole way through, and the boss is just awesome to mess around with.
Yeah, it's a really good part of the run. It's something I always look forward to. Just
see, I always look forward to doing the screens and then dashing back through all of the screens that I had already done. That's my favorite part of it.
And messing up each spin speed like once or twice, and then fighting Landmo is just one of my favorite pastimes.
Sounds nice. Make it twice,
Really, really clean, good movement. Making good use of maximizing his dashes. It's actually faster to dash along diagonal cliff walls, as long as you don't perfectly dash into a corner. You'll lose frames if you do that, but if you don't dash perfectly onto the corner, then you'll get the most use out of dashing along the diagonals. Save the most frames, if you will. There you go, g3rd0 showing off how to mess up a spin speed. It's one of those tricks that's just super easy. It's and you press a frame after you release the sword after charging it up. There's techniques to do it, and most people are pretty consistent with it, but it's one of those things that soften on.
Yeah, nobody is 100% on the spin speed, obviously. Yeah. It's very easy to mess up, even with, hours of practice. Not getting the water dash, making me a little upset, unfortunately. I really like the sound that it makes when you dash through the water. It's pretty solid.
The sound
it's
kind of
like a, kind of like that sort of
sound design. Yeah, I mean that was good, but to me it sounds a little more like a. So maybe we just hear different things. But, just great sound design there as you dash through the water.
I think we need to just do a vocal dub over an entire run together. I think it would be pretty freaking fantastic, not gonna lie.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if we have the means to do so.
So you're going to see a nice little poke dash here from g3rd0. Gets a little bit of damage on the little Sarlacc guy with the poke as he walks to the left, and then starts his dash to get the kill rather than spinning. Saves about 30 or so frames. It's a really nice strategy. Not particularly difficult to pick up with some practice either.
Yeah, poke spinning is useful in a bunch of different places. Just getting the damage off and then starting a dash again to keep that sword out so you can poke again very quickly.
Eriphram taking a little bit of damage so far. He Unfortunately, he dashed a little bit too far on the entrance and got hit by the laser for another heart. So he needs to be a little cognizant of his health, just because Landmo can be quite unforgiving with its randomness, as you have several of the worms popping up. So hopefully he manages his health to, you know, maintain a little higher level before he heads into that fight. You know.
Yeah. There's a couple of backup hearts right before the Landmo fight.
Yeah,
too.
under the pots he can grab. Yeah. g3rd0 picking up the gloves here. See if he does the optimal dash. Nice.
Yeah, g3rd0's actually really impressing me with his movement.
Yeah. The movement in the gloves chest room is actually really difficult to understand.
Yeah.
You actually don't want to start your dash from like the top point that you can. Something weird with the steps that if you start dashing from a certain point on the steps, you actually get like a little speed boost on the way out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's tons of little tricks and hidden things to learn as you go through. Little things like that are not really intuitive.
Yeah. I learned it from this like washed up runner named Timon a while ago. If any of you have ever heard of him, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I think people watch his Twitch stream, but I don't really know. Not positive.
Yeah, he's not in this tournament, is he? I know he hasn't been as active lately, but Timon's great. Like to the past runner. Alright, g3rd0 heading into Lamolas.
Really nice torch time. That was like a 16:21 for g3rd0,
yeah.
So pretty nice torch time.
Still only has 7 rupees, so that might be
I think he said 2-cycle in the speed racing chat before the race, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, he called out a 2-cycle.
No, I made that up, but
oh, okay.
I was hoping.
Well, it doesn't look like he's gonna.
Hey, remember this one time that you were on commentary, dude, bro, sick, that there was this 2-cycle that I heard you go nuts over.
Yeah, because 2-cycles are insane. He's got really bad RNG though this fight, and a couple good cycles there to clean it up. That was like a 5-cycle, I think, but again, it's not always about execution. The Landmolas like to short hop and go in very unexpected directions. So
Eriphram's gonna head in. Hopefully he can have, you know, a pretty nice fight and make up just a little bit of that time.
Maybe he'll get a 2-cycle. We'll see what happens. Timing just a little bit off on that one arrow. So we have g3rd0 dashing down, taking it, and going over to Fake Flippers, I would assume. It's interesting. Fake Flippers is one of those things that's just become ubiquitous with runners. I don't know many runners that don't do it, but there is a very, still a very quick alternative. And most people don't know that Fake Flippers only saves like 6 or 7 seconds optimally if you do go the other route, which is to just kind of dash up through the castle.
Yeah. In my pool, my boy EOD Tex was in my my play pool, and he ran all his races on a NA cart, so he got to show off the hot speed tech for the OG version.
Nice.
Without the Fake Flippers glitch, which was really cool to see.
Yeah, that's cool stuff. Yeah, the version differences, there's actually a big variance in speed just based on version differences with the little glitches you can use, depending on which cart you're using or which version you're on. So Eriphram making his way over to Fake Flippers as well. g3rd0 got through pretty cleanly, didn't really have, ooh, that's unfortunate.
Getting crobbed over there, K-Rob getting in the way. That's like literally all he does.
Ooh, wow. Very quick fix right there from Eriphram.
Really nicely done. Then we got g3rd0 here, not getting trolled by Sky Cabbages at all. This is fine. Getting his mirror, and hopefully he can have some better RNG on the way up on the second part here.
Yeah, that's always the part that makes me nervous. When you're stuck on the that little stairs there going for spin speed, but he actually got pretty good RNG there.
Yeah, I told you it was going to be great. It was a nice little parody of, here, take a cabbage to the face, and then we'll be friendly the rest of the way.
first they're sour.
You got Eriphram, got the old man with him now. He's going to take him outside and swap him, drop him off for a little mirror as well.
Swap him, drop him.
Yeah, a little vanity never hurt anybody, right? We all have our foibles, all right? That is just not one of mine.
Oh, man. Gerdo getting trolled by the Moldorn there, too. Just goes, oh, there you are. I'm going to run at you. Oh, and that Moldorn, too. He's down to 2.5 hearts now, which isn't the worst. But there's plenty of other segments, or parts of this segment, that you can lose a heart, half a heart here and there. So he does have to be a little careful. Looks like he's going for the boom dash here. And he gets it.
Unfortunately, went a little bit too far. He got the bonk, and he's going to have to, you know, he can't take like a drink break. Oh, Eriphram getting caught by the bully, unfortunately. He made a beeline for him, having a little extra dialogue, making sure that the little guy's all right.
Wow, you rarely ever see that.
Yeah, very rarely.
Legit beeline just went straight at him. That's unfortunate. Has to sit through the text there.
He was not the only one being bullied on Death Mountain today, apparently. The other guy did. Little pink Kirby man. I don't know what his name is. I know the bully's the mean kid. I don't know what the pink guy's actually is.
I don't know. It's probably Kirby or something.
Let's call him the Sabin because he's getting picked on by someone. That seems reasonable to me. That's the connection I think the game won.
Yeah, definitely the Sabin. I'm pretty sure. I just assumed the Sabin was a little pink puffball anyway. So.
g3rd0 had a pretty clean dungeon after the big key there. Had a really nice Beatles room. He's going to be heading into his bomb jump. Set up really nicely. Perfect. Grabs his Moon Pearl. Eriphram finishing up the tile room himself, so he'll be getting the big key here shortly. And we'll wish g3rd0 all the best with the Moldorm fight.
Ooh, Eriphram. Bob and Wheeler.
Don't think he hit. Yeah, he did not hit the switch, so he needs to be certain that this is going to be the one fight to rule them all. Or he's going to have a little trouble in the refight.
Gets a little trolled already, but nice hop down. And nice slash to the right to start it off. Ooh. Iframes didn't quite wear off when he dashed into him right there, but still making up for it, alright?
Great fight from g3rd0.
Yeah, especially
a little close call
hits.
there, but yeah. The second half, the 4th, 5th, and 6th hits were crispy.
Crispy
The waves were too strong for him.
Ooh, Eriphram takes a drop in one of those holes. Looks like he's going to have to mirror back out, but he wasn't too far up, so that's not going to be too big of a time loss there. As g3rd0 is going to make his way over to the Master Sword. Now this is where tree rupees come in. We're going to pull on a tree. We're going to get 4 blue rupees, which are 5 apiece. And then we are going to kill 4 enemies without taking damage to get 4 red rupees out of the next tree, and then we'll have enough rupees heading into the Dark World to talk to Kiki and open up the dungeon. And if he doesn't kill enough enemies, or he takes damage before the second tree pull, then we're going to have to see a little bit of variance there.
He's going to have to pick up some of these blues here. Yeah, he's just going to grab all of them, yeah.
That guy always makes me nervous.
Nice bomb jump from Eriphram there, grabbing his Moon Pearl. Now he can head up into Moldorm.
Yeah, g3rd0 actually had an interesting setup on his bomb jump. Newly used tech where you charge a sword and then release a spin as you're falling, which allows you to be on like the highest pixel up, basically, so you don't have to use the bonk that Eriphram used.
24-10 Master Sword time. NMG with no save and quits. That's a pretty nice start for a run.
Yeah, absolutely having a be solved. I mean, the only thing that really lost him a lot of time was the hits he took up in the Hera segment and his Landmo fight. He lost a little bit of time with the extra cycles, but otherwise, he's having a very, very solid run.
Yeah, taking it down, like the Tampa Bay Lightning in the NHL playoffs. Yeah, just taking it down.
Oh, they're taking it. Always taking it.
Eriphram grabbing his pennant. Really nice mold arm fight for him. Pretty clean. And he's going to head on out to get his Master Sword now.
So this is the tree I was talking about earlier. We're going to pull on this, and a bunch of red rupees are going to come flying out. And we're 3 rupees short of what we need, but we're going to get some free rupees later. They're just in the way. You just pick them up automatically, so not going to have a problem there. And Eriphram also going for tree rupees. Tree rupees, another one of those strats that a lot of people use and don't realize that the backup only loses about 7 seconds when they're done optimally. So if you want to do something a little less risky, then
From taking it kind of safe with his bird kill there.
Yeah.
Didn't want to risk it with the dash into the dash. Just goes for a nice safe spin slash. Looks like he's going to do the same with this one.
And with good reason, like I said, if you're not comfortable with the backups or you don't know exactly how to, save the tree rupee route, then it can be frustrating and daunting.
g3rd0 in one of my least favorite rooms in the entire game. See how he can do in the Dark Maze. Really nice job getting to the key. And he's got some pretty nice RNG, despite that one little bat eye fella.
Yeah, that
I don't even know what you'd call that enemy.
No, that was about right, I'm pretty sure, for the official name.
Yeah, that was pretty nice RNG for him in that room.
Yeah, that room can just... You can just clink against things and guards can come after you for no reason, so... Ooh, wow, quick turn on g3rd0 right there, but... Quick reactions by him too, and he doesn't lose too much time. Unfortunately, he doesn't have sword beams going upstairs, but that doesn't lose too much time.
Eriphram getting his mushroom here. See if he chooses to actually get the powder or if he's going to do the old faker-rooney, the old punto reverso. g3rd0 just starting his dash just a couple frames too early, getting that bonk. Really nice circle of pots.
Yeah, it gets solid RNG there, and yeah, it has very good execution with the pot pickup and gets the key quick, gets out of there, grabs those arrows and the rupees along the way, and now he has what he needs before heading into the Palace of Darkness. Wow, he is pretty low on arrows though.
A nice 2749 S chamber for g3rd0.
Yeah.
Rolling in. Keeping
728 is pretty good.
Pretty solid. That's always my benchmark for my light world, is looking to get it in under 28 minutes.
Yeah. Alright, time to count the blue balls. Looks like g3rd0 is going to be, g3rd0 is going to be doing some position manipulation of Aghanim. What a lot of people don't know is that the only real way you can speed up this fight is by hitting Aghanim into the center of the room, which will, on average, shorten his warp times. You obviously can't know what the RNG is and what the positions of warp 2 are going in. So the best bet, if you can, is to just hit him towards the middle.
Yeah, and if it's a blue ball, then obviously it's not going to rebound and move him at all, but it's always worth a try. If he lines up against a wall, you're kind of stuck and limited in the places you can spin from, but it's always worth an attempt to try to push him in a favorable spot, especially if you know he's going to shoot lightning. Then you do know exactly where he's headed.
Right.
And so that's kind of what I always look for. I think that was, a 3?
Yeah, I think that was the 3. I will confirm in a moment, but pretty sure that was a 3. Yeah, those are 3. Great stuff. Looks like he's gonna have close to sub 30 Light World at sword up here. It's probably gonna be slightly over 30. Eriphram having a solid circle of pots for himself. Gets the good RNG and executes it nicely. So it looks like g3rd0 is only a few seconds behind his PB based on when his splits change colors there. So he's having a pretty solid run.
Eriphram heading into Aga's chamber at like a 30-21 there. So hopefully he can have some favorable ball RNG as well. Bridge that gap just a little bit. As g3rd0 is making it through one of the longest overworld screens. Actually, this might be the longest overworld screen in the game.
It's either this or Zora's Domain.
Yeah, Zora's pretty long. This one has more like twists and turns, I think, but Zora's is pretty tough.
Well, Zora's you're going through water the whole time. So
yeah, that's what I mean. And if you mess up, you obviously fall in, and that like resets you. And
yeah,
it's super obnoxious.
But g3rd0 gets past all those enemies without losing Kiki, and his Kiki dash was not perfect, but the Kiki dash is when we actually stop our dash early and start walking backwards, so that when we enter the cutscene, Kiki's really close to Link and doesn't have to walk up towards the dungeon at all before jumping on it. It's a quick little movement, but it does save about a second over not doing it at all. And we got Eri.
Eriphram has not had good luck so far.
Yeah, I've just seen blue balls since I started watching it. So. Okay, there we go.
g3rd0 walking into Jelly there on accident, trying to get a quick hop off the ledge.
Yeah, the amount of RNG in this run is astounding, because pretty much every enemy is RNG based in some capacity. There's very, very few that aren't. Alright. Harry's finishing up Light World. He's gonna have a sword up split soon. And we're gonna be coming up to the bomb jump on g3rd0's screen. Pretty specific trick, and I assume, given his PB time, that he's gonna go for the double bomb jump. It's a little bit tighter. He might even pick an extra bomb up here. Nope, picks up 1 bomb. But he is assuming, yeah. Oh, no, he only goes 1. There is a tech where you can throw a second bomb over to blow up that wall that he just blew up as you're hopping over the ledge, but he opts for the 1 bomb jump, which is just a little easier to line up because it's a little less tight than doing the double bomb.
Eriphram picks up his monkey as well. Gonna pay the 10 and make his way to the entrance. Gets trolled a little bit there by that ropa, but makes it safely to the entrance so we can get it open. As g3rd0 is getting into the sexy statue room. Has to pick up an extra heart so he can get his beams back after having that jelly accident early in the dungeon. No big deal, though. So, fortunately for him, not a big time loss at all.
Yeah, it's nice having those extra hearts there just in case little things like that happen. He realizes how low he is on arrow, so he picks up that 5er right there on the left before heading out of that Mimic's room. Now he's just got to wait for the wall to open, as Eri seemingly is on his way towards the bomb jump. He might have might have to go get the big key still. g3rd0 decides to do a little dance with the sword for a second.
Now he's gonna do a little fiesta, maybe
Yeah.
a little tango, you know? I don't know. With the Tortugas.
Ooh, gets
Beautifully done.
Yeah, it doesn't get trolled, which is always nice to see. Eriphram's gonna drop on his way to getting the big key. And g3rd0's gonna be making his way into Helmsaur.
This is one of the more dangerous bosses in the run, just because of your low health and the amount of damage that you can get from bad patterns of fireballs. So hopefully g3rd0 gets some favorable RNG. Opening up with the first fireball.
Yeah,
First
he got
cycle
good
fireball,
RNG
too
so
bad.
far with the movement, but the fireball is always just, there you go. Ooh, these hammers are real nice. The hitbox for the hammer is actually very, very tight. So the fact that he just got 3-0 is really, really good. And before, when he got that second fireball, if you break the mask when the fireball is on the screen, if any fireball is on the screen, then they all despawn. So that's why he waited a second before that last mask hit with the hammer, so he could despawn the fireballs. And it looks
There
like
you going
Ares
for the
doing-
double bombs.
Yeah, the double.
Hopefully he can get the second pixel here. Looks like he's good.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah, look at that.
Beautiful.
Good stuff.
Super well done.
Nice, 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 nice. All right, g3rd0's got the crystal. He's listening to some speech. And, oh, he's on emulator. I just noticed his,
Yeah, he's got his input display.
yeah, so that's cool. That's always fun to watch. Alright, Ari with the clean bomb jump is going to make his way over to Sexy Statue. Have to pick up an extra heart as well. You want to make any predictions on how many dig tries it's going to take these fellas?
One apiece. It's going to be impeccable.
Wow.
Oh, g3rd0 taking the
Blazing.
damage from that Ropa. Does 2 hearts. You gotta be a little careful in this overworld. There's a lot of enemies that can really get to your health bar pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's the first lottery. That's kind of when the popos jump like that, if they hit you during a dash, it's kind of RNG, like versus when they take damage from your sword instead.
He smartly
Kinda hard
ducked
to
out of
predict,
there
so,
by the
yeah.
the bird just to make sure that he wasn't going to get hit at all there. Probably smart move after having taken 2 hearts already.
Yeah, very tight hammer jump there as he got quick turned by the one guard, but he does get through. But yeah, that pterodactyl can do 3 hearts of damage, so being down 5 hearts on the first screen of Thieves Down segment is never fun.
Thieves Down Overworld segment is, in my opinion, the most difficult overworld to execute. Not to say that it's the most difficult. Obviously, Turtle Rock has a lot of RNG. You know, the Death Mountain has a lot of RNG in execution. But
Yeah.
the Thieves Down's very long. There's a lot of long screens. A lot of tight dashes that you need to kind of get by. And so it's kind of a difficult segment. It's about 3 minutes is a really good time. If you get under 3 minutes into Thieves Town, you're on a really good pace for the overworld. So it's a pretty long overworld segment.
Yeah. Eriphram had a little bit of a siesta, or fiesta, if you will. And he's on his way to just hammering away at the Helmsaur mask right now. Gets
Oh,
unlucky
gets
with fireballs
clipped by
there,
one of the
yeah.
fireball there, yeah. It's alright though, because he said that phase 2 is going to be perfect. Look at this.
Ooh, wow. Unfortunate with the fire. Oh, he's gotta watch out. Okay. Ooh, that was close.
I wasn't even scared. I'm not going to lie. There was not even a moment that I was scared. I was completely invested in seeing this crystal drop right now.
And g3rd0 did the slash flute, so he's gonna do a spin speed right here. Those stairs. If you, that's a little trick on the 1.0 version is item dashing, and you can also slash and flute at the same time as well if you hit the buttons on the same frame.
Nice hammer dash into a nice quick warp there for g3rd0. He'll be heading into Thieves Town as he gets out of the woods here.
Oh yeah! Head into Thieves Town. Quick warping. You just said a word.
Oh, he dodges the ghosty woasty.
Oh, close.
Tries to give him the old little big boo hug, but he does not let it happen. He is like, no way, sir. I ain't afraid no ghosts.
That must have been like no more than 2 pixels
Dude,
away.
he had to be pixels away, yeah.
That was insane.
I've seen it all too many times to know what it looks like when you're getting hit by the ghost, and that is exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. I'm actually shocked he didn't get hit. But hey, good for him.
Oh, takes a little damage there from the Red Sea Biscuit, and then gets turned into the little bunny. But he's back in action now.
The game is really not being nice to him at all.
Oh, Airy also having a little bit of trouble here on the pegs. But he makes it through after some hammers.
g3rd0 decides to pick up the heart up there on his way into the hallway, or excuse me, at the top of that hallway.
Y'all.
Nice.
Then gets de-boosted past the key, unfortunately. He needs to be really careful here. These little grasshoppers can do 2 hearts of damage apiece, so he needs to make sure that things don't go south before he gets this bombable floor taken care of.
These little grasshoppers here.
These little grasshoppers here. Young grasshopper. He very nicely decides to throw a slash up there, make sure that keeps him away.
Oh man, that grasshopper was on top of him. Didn't hit him, unfortunately.
The old runner, washer, grasshopper.
Depending on the RNG you get going into that bombable floor room, you can, if you react well enough, as g3rd0 did, you can plant the bomb and then slash up and still have time to pick it up and throw the bomb again. So, pretty good execution there. Good heads-up play.
Harry, not getting the spin speed, decides to just slash the red Usain Bolt out of the way as he heads on up so that he can get his Scrooge McDuck as well. g3rd0 entering my one of my 3 favorite screens to practice in the game, the prison. See how he does.
I haven't seen g3rd0 get any arrow drops. He might have gotten one that was just not in his way in Mimics or something like that, but he's very low on arrows. So he's going to probably have to go out of his way later.
I'll have 10 leaving here if he doesn't get a drop from the Stalfos. If he does the hammer dash and kills the Stalfos, he could get 5 there, but probably going to be leaving with 10.
Yeah.
Airy is going to be getting the powder, so drops his mushroom off, dashes out of the screen here.
Alright, nothing to say about the blind fight, because it's the same every time.
Textbook fight for g3rd0.
Down. Yeah. I rarely see people slash down for that last hit, though. That was cool.
He was slashing it down, taking it down.
Slashing it down, you know, taking it. Okay, Eriphram has made his way into the door portal now, so he'll be heading over to Thieves Town. The crystal text is always, like, the worst, because there's not really much to say, other than, you know, they're mashing through text.
Look at him go. Hey, at least g3rd0 has the input display on, so if you really want to see how to mash text at a 126 pace, you know, his top left corner, yeah.
Check him out. Eriphram finishing up with his 4-room maze. We'll see if he is lucky enough to get
Eriphram really unlucky with that fireball there.
Yeah, he got sniped there. Those guys I don't know. I mean, the RNG or the AI isn't really that advanced, but sometimes they just snipe you from so far.
Eriphram also needs to be careful. He has 3 hearts heading into the Hellway. He looks like he's going to take his time to set up a nice path for himself very smartly. Doesn't want to take any damage before he gets up. If you get bad movement from enemies in the Hellway, it can really rack up really quickly.
All right, g3rd0 grabbing Temper now. Part of the reason we do Thieves Town right after Palace of Darkness, the map just kind of opens up, and as long as you can get to places, you can do the dungeons. And we don't really need to do Swamp for a while, so we decided to get the gloves to get tempered. Makes
all right. Everyone, be quiet. This is the most technical trick in the entire room. No one make a sound. Oh my God! Holy God! He did it! He nailed it! I'm done. I'm out. This is it. Oh my God! I cannot believe it on stream. That is why you guys came to Speed Gaming, because you wanted to see the fence dash. Oh my God.
Wow, that was just a display right there. Take notes, everyone. Alright, now g3rd0 casually walks into the worst room in the entire game. Already getting trolled. Oh, look, his slash actually hit the mummy. That rarely ever happens. Am I salty? Do I sound salty? The answer is probably yes. You guys just missed Fence Dash. Only the, single coolest and best trick in the entire game. That's all. That's all you missed. g3rd0 doing that sword spin setup again.
Eriphram headed into his blind fight now. Hopefully he can have a nice smooth fight. I'm composed again. I lost myself for a moment, but I'm back. I'm back.
I'm glad you're back. I was ready to take the reins on my own if necessary, but I am glad you decided to join. Oh man, Eriphram, he had sword beams and okay, takes advantage of blind pausing at the bottom of the room there and ends up finishing him off with just 3 hearts before picking up the heart container. So pretty tight there, but gets it done. Oh, g3rd0 just, getting trolled. Like it's no big deal by the fire snake there. He's gonna go into the mummy hellway. Going for the Joe strats. Very solid. Back up to the optimal strat. Much easier to pull off than the optimal strat and doesn't lose a lot of time.
Switching to the mirror preemptively here. So he's not planning on using the fire rod at all in the fight. So he'll be ready to just mash that Y button at the end of the split here and then the dialogue.
Looks like g3rd0 got a double hit off in the first dash.
Really nice fight, yeah.
Yeah, good fight. Got a little trolled, but by the spikes, but ends up having a really quick fight. Okay, Ari is making his way to the frog. He's gonna get tempered as well. And we got some downtime because Ari is just getting tempered. Not much to say there. And g3rd0's just mashing text, so. Everyone go grab a drink, come back in, 10 to 15 seconds, and we'll have some more action for you.
So nice and easy quick warp there, out of there. He's fluting on to numero quattro, where he's going to hit the warp and head on up to the catfish so he can get that Quake medallion, some flippers, and then head into the Ice Palace. Meanwhile, Eri just picked up, or is about to pick up rather, his tempered. He just dropped off his sword. He's going to be picking up his tempered sword, and he's going to be heading into Skull Woods as well.
All right, we got a lottery coming up here. If he gets hit by this Popo, not this one, this next one, it's what we call a lottery. Oh, the Popo didn't even jump. Wow, that was so anticlimactic. Oh no, Eriphram missing
Getting
the
the
fence.
bonk, unfortunately, but respect the effort. Respect the effort. You know, going for the fence dash is a noble choice.
Yeah.
Very strong-willed, not for the faint of heart. All the respect for Eriphram.
Yeah, he
shout out
took
to
the
him for giving it a shot.
And it just goes to show him, technical trick, very, very impressive stuff, if you could pull it off.
So Eriphram making his way up into Skull Woods, grabbing that bush, getting a nice little fairy there, some extra, you know, little companion. Let's see how he can deal with the mummy room as well, like we were mentioning earlier, really difficult to do.
Yeah, everything about this room is bad. The mummy RNG is horrible. The way they move is annoying.
He's actually going to kill one of the mummies.
Yeah, sometimes Link doesn't want to, you know, pull that statue down. It's just bad all around. So Eriphram decides to just kill him off as he finishes up that room. Eriphram with a solid bomb jump over to the fire rod. And he bonks his way back over to avoid taking that heart of damage if he were to fall, as g3rd0 did. Now g3rd0's making his way into Ice Palace with full hearts, fortunately. Oh man, these mummies, they're just so annoying. So frustrating to deal with. Definitely not the most annoying.
Wallmaster getting a little back end of that there, Flame.
Eri making good use of the powder, filling up there before the Montville fight.
Say g3rd0 got a little bit delayed there because of the jelly. I kind of foresaw that a little bit. It looked like he was really cutting it close and actually locked himself out and had to use another bomb. So hopefully he can get a bomb drop or two here.
Yeah, he's going to have to pick up some extra bombs. He's got two now. He'll probably have to pick up an extra bomb in Swamp Palace now.
Not a big deal. They're not particularly out of the way. There's a couple of good options there.
Making his way into the Ice Palace bomb jump. A little safer strategy where he slashes to the right to line himself up.
And down into the room, De Los Penguinos takes care of them nicely.
Penguinos.
Dude, I'm busting out all the Espanol today.
I actually went to an aquarium this weekend and saw some penguins. It was really cool. They're pretty fun creatures. Not the green ones.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
They're not cool, but actual penguins.
Yeah. The green penguins are like the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're not cool at all.
Right, and with that, g3rd0 is already making his way into the cold stare fight. Cold stare
Where are we
fight,
dropping, boys?
pretty annoying.
Dropping
Oh,
on
boy.
in. Oh, dear.
Oh boy. Gotta use up all your magic here. Make sure you don't miss fire rod shot. Oh, he does a little different than the double poke strat. He pokes, goes for a spin, and then would likely have slashed up, but the puffs got away from him just a little bit, so he had to improvise. Solid fight.
Eriphram having a really bad enemy pattern there with those spear mutts.
Yeah, they were all up in his grill. And he gets past that lottery popo just fine, fortunately. We'll see if he decides to farm for hearts a little bit. It's always nice to have full hearts going into ice for various reasons, so he might, yeah, he's going to pick up that little bush there is a 50-50 chance to drop a heart. And it also, once you fall down with it, you walk at normal speed instead of Link is holding something speed, so it's not a bad backup if you're looking for hearts.
g3rd0 on a really nice pace there. That split for ice, he is certainly still has opportunity to 127 or 126 even if he plays really well for the last few dungeons like he has been. So hopefully he can have a smooth end game here, starting with a nice Schwamp Palace.
Ooh, gets bush guarded there, but fortunately screen transitions before any damage can be done. Eriphram going over to get the flips.
Flips.
Picking up some flips.
Pretty nice movement in Zora's domain for Eriphram there too. That was pretty solid execution and dashes. Yeah. Like I said earlier, it's really finicky. It's really easy to just misjudge one and kind of screw up your whole vibe there.
Yeah, and then you got the beams from the Zoras coming at you, and it's a lot harder to react and improvise, so. I wish we could just skip Swamp Palace. Like, it's not hard. It's just really annoying. It's just a lot of enemies. None of them do a lot of damage. It's like they're just tickling you all the way through the dungeon. But there's a lot of RNG. They like to get in your way.
I think MC's soul just died just a little bit.
Just a little.
Boy, MC Han would not be happy. g3rd0 set up just fine to dash through all those enemies, but that one just gave him a really undoable pull pattern there. It kind of moved all the way to the wall, making it a little impossible for him to be able to get the trifecta of death.
The trifecta of death.
Yeah, dude, I'm just naming stuff whatever I want this run. And then I'm gonna, whenever I commentate, okay, and then my race later, I'm gonna use all the same terms. That way they become ingrained in the fabric of the run.
Yeah, if you write those names down and if you could forward them to me, that'd be great.
No problem. See Eriphram dashing by the flubbers there, making sure they don't do anything to them. Yeah, dude. It's, yeah. That is the pinnacle of Robin Williams' filmography. So
yeah, just classic Robin Williams movie. Rest in peace. g3rd0 only has one bomb, and he didn't pick up the very quick backup bomb in the first big water room in this dungeon, so I'm hoping he remembers to get a bomb in the resupply room.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to grab it there because he definitely wants to get the arrows anyway as well.
Yeah, very good point. And Eriphram is cleanly making his way through ice so far. Let's make sure g3rd0 hits the switch real quick and then watch Eriphram do his Ice Palace bomb jump. Yeah, g3rd0 hits that switch just fine. And Eriphram also doing the right slash for a little bit easier of a setup.
Really nice setup for him there, yeah. Perfect. Misses the switch, or maybe he's just waiting on it, I guess. I don't know. But he looks like he's going to be over here. Just bonk on over the hole and make it over just safely. Perfect.
He's just going to bonk on over the hole.
Bonk on over the hole there. And then he's coming into the Ovechkin room now. Slaying all those penguinos.
Get the penguinos out of here. Eriphram patiently waiting for that monster spike right there. Wants to make sure he has full hearts going into cold stare. g3rd0 got the big key. Going over to get the hook shot. In just a few rooms.
Eriphram going to be rolling into cold stare with a full tally of hearts, which is always really nice for this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if the fight gets away from you, you're not comfortable with the fight. Puffs do a lot of damage. Falling Ice does 2 hearts, but still unpredictable. So it's nice to fill up if you can.
g3rd0 getting the nice setup for the quick hook shot there to the skull.
Yeah, that hook is actually pixel perfect, but we have a setup that is very easy to execute. That makes
it should be. It honestly should be 100%.
Yeah,
just a little bit of practice.
Ooh, Eriphram having a very solid fight, but one of the puffs gets away from him, chases him down. Good stuff. Doesn't even take a part of damage. Good stuff there, Eriphram.
Draining the pool, jumping in, dashing on out. He's going to be, this I was saying earlier, he's going to be picking up his refills here.
Yeah.
He's going to leave with 20 arrows,
yep.
which sounds like a lot, but it's actually not an ideal arrow count considering the Vitreous fight that he's going to be having on his next split.
Yeah, Vitreous fight usually takes at least 8 arrows.
Yeah, minimum of 8.
Or 2 for the little eyes, but yeah. It's nice to have more than 20 at this point. Does he go? I'm assuming he goes for...
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he goes for 0 cycles. So.
Ooh, gets really weak RNG, unfortunately.
Yeah, he went way up the room before hookshotting. I've seen a few different strategies there, but I haven't seen people go quite that far up.
He needs to be a little careful.
Yeah, he's
going to play it safe now because he knows a death would be... Oh my Lanta!
There it is.
Oh! g3rd0
nice.
Giving us all a heart attack. Just kidding, because you know what? I wasn't even scared. Wasn't even scared for a single minute.
He does get the nice quick kill in the second phase of the fight, which is only saves like a second, but it's pretty cool. Quick kill.
My God, everyone in chat probably thought I was so scared, dude, but they are wrong. All right, Eriphram actually picked up his ice rod here before he heads to Swamp. So
did he get the medallion too?
He is going to because he knows that is the superior route that the best 127.25 runners get. All right, he knows.
Oh, the dodges from Eriphram right there.
Listen, that is the kind of sick dodges that I expect from someone that does Ice Rod and Medallion before Swamp. That is exactly what I expect. The Iverson freaking going one way, crossing over, changing directions. No chance.
That was very impressive. He had to react very quickly with the squirrel and the falling boulder there. That was good stuff. Good stuff there, mate.
That was the best of stuff.
So g3rd0's actually going to be going up to Death Mountain and doing Eriphram just did right now, because his route's a little bit different, and you don't need that medallion until after Swamp anyway.
Gets a nice stair climb on the Swamp. Ooh, unfortunate RNG with that first boulder there.
That's the main reason. It's slightly faster to do this Death Mountain screen when you have the hookshot, because it allows you to get spin speed a little faster. So it's very, very slightly faster. It's like maybe a second or so. But it is slightly more optimal, which is why, lower time runners go for it. But honestly, it's not even that big of a time difference.
Yeah, it's such a negligible difference. I prefer, even at 127, I prefer to get everything before Swamp just because then you're guaranteed to have full health for the second room of the Misery Mire. and always have beams for that room. And I look at that as more important to me than a quick spin speed or quick stair climbs.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Again,
up to
it's
you.
only like a second. It's really not a big deal.
Eriphram also got some pretty weak RNG. Actually got,
Unfortunate.
and then got pelted by the water strider thing.
So sorry, M-Chan. And
that was neither of the runners' fault, so like that was not an execution thing by any of them.
Yeah. This is exactly what you were talking about, though. g3rd0 is down a heart now. He wasn't able to farm up hearts before going into Mire, so he's going to have to switch up his Mire 2 strat a little bit because he won't have sword beams.
It's certainly possible to one-cycle it with the Fire Rod. It's actually not that much more difficult at all. With a little bit of practice, it's about just as difficult as having beams, really. So hopefully he can demo that for us.
Yeah. The unfortunate side is that the sword beams just speed up the room a little bit. But you can definitely one-cycle it with the Fire Rod. Yeah, he bypassed this Popo down here to make sure he killed all the Wizrobes in one cycle.
It seems like it expends a lot of magic, but we're going to be picking up a full magic before the next time that we actually need the Fire Rod in this dungeon. So yeah. It's actually not an issue at all. You can use the Fire Rod to your heart's content in that room, and it is a non-issue.
You can use it till you run out of magic if you want.
Till you run out of magic. You can even use it after you run out of magic, but the game will just not do anything except give you a message and explain to you that you've run out of magic.
So if you want to lose frames, then it's a great strategy.
Or if you just like the noise it makes, like...
Yeah, we should definitely do a voiceover.
It's gonna be amazing. g3rd0 actually got a...
Oh gosh!
There it is. Oh, and there's his arrow drop, but he does not grab him. That is one thing I will also say, if you're newer to the run and you want to improve just a little bit, arrow drops are really beneficial, and if you get one that's not, even if it's a little bit out of the way, oftentimes the difference that you'll save is greater than the difference you'll lose getting it. Like if I get the arrow drop whenever I'm farming my kills in Lost Woods, like from a bird or something, I'll almost always pick it up just because it saves time later on.
Man, Eriphram went the top route for the Lonely Fire Bar just now, and he took some damage in that room. That top route is very risky, so it's that's why most people go below the fire bar to the right of it instead of left above it. But g3rd0 has picked up the big key. And now he's going to be going to get the cane. He's just going to go pick up the cane.
Who was my favorite pro wrestler when I was like 7.
I'm pretty sure he's still there, so if you wanted to, you know, have some nostalgia, have a nostalgic moment,
maybe.
You should check it out.
He wore a lot of red, honestly, too.
Yeah, I think it's like red and black now.
Yeah, he was red and black.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess the heart. If you pick up that pot before the Wizrobe fires off his little attack, you'll the heart will be there. But if you wait until after the Wizrobe shoots his beam, then it actually can't populate it on the screen. And when you pick up the skull, there will be no heart there, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate.
He's semi-retired, apparently, as per chat.
Oh,
but that's fine because I haven't liked pro wrestling since I was 7, so I think I'll be alright.
Oh no! g3rd0 actually scrolls the crystal off the screen just before the beam hit it from the Smarty beam hit it, so he has to pull out the hookshot real quick and make sure he hits the switch. How did he end up with an extra bomb?
He had to kill the bomb slug.
Oh, right. The
because
bomb slug.
He dropped a bomb his way, and the bomb just kind of fell on him as he was walking north in that room.
So he shouldn't even have gotten the bomb.
Yeah, I know. He should have anticipated it.
Or in swamp. Eriphram, let's go. No zero cycle for him. Zero cycle is a really tough strat. It's not recommended unless you're, you know, really trying to save little bits of time here and there.
Only has to use 1 extra arrow, so he's going to be using a total of 9. Like we said, he's going to be a little short. Oh, he's actually going to go for a spin to finish him off. Nicely done. So he'll actually, if he picks up the 5 arrows in Turtle Rock, then he's going to be set on his way to Ice Harmos.
Yep. You should only need that backup there, which is... Well, that was pretty heads up, because I think he just paused slightly early before getting that last arrow off.
Yeah. I think he knew that he had opened the menu and arrow too early.
Yeah, I think if he tried to menu twice, it actually would have been slower than what he did. So that's pretty heads up, too.
Because he would have had to have menued twice, because he would have had to switch back to the mirror still anyway.
Yeah. What are these guys doing? They're both on crystal text right now. Like, what are we supposed to talk about, guys? Come on.
Crystal High Five is right. Gerdo's going to be heading up to Death Mountain for his final time, where he'll be heading up to Turtle the Rock Johnson. Another fantastic professional wrestler. And also actor.
Gerdo says, "Get the heck out of here, you annoying dead rocks." And he actually makes it through the Waffle House without taking any damage and gets through pretty quickly, so... Despite the bad RNG. And we got Eriphram, who's going to be heading over straight into Meyer. Didn't have to go on a little collecting spree, so he's going to have full hearts going into Meyer, too. See how that pays off for him. Gerdo, meanwhile, getting a little hook dash action going on right here. Hitting down these 3 pegs so we can enter Turtle Rock.
Eriphram going to be getting a really clean 2 cycle there.
Yeah.
Actually, was not any slower than Gerdo's because of Gerdo's mishap with the Popo from the beginning.
Yeah. You are correct, sir.
That is correct.
Great movie. Oh no, Gerdo!
No!
Oh man, it's always so tempting to try to slash that guy, but always safer to just take the hit, or else that happens. Or else you get hit, and then you fall and you take more damage. It's always so tempting though. I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, I know, man. It's like right there, and you're like, oh, he's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
He's not gonna beam literally the same frame that I decided to slash.
Also takes a hit from one of the rollers here. He's gonna have to be careful as he makes his way into the pokey room and then into the chomps. Hopefully he can
just
get himself
right
a fairy drop.
That backup part.
Doesn't want it. He knows. He's like, I'm getting all the drops, boys.
Ooh, does not a hit from a chomp's gonna kill him right here. So if he gets bad RNG, oh my god, he stays the course even though the chomp on the left went to the left. Oh my goodness, that was tempting fate right there.
You guys thought the fence dash was wild. That chomp's room was, dude. That was insanity.
No fear from Gerdo right there.
And I thought I wasn't scared. Dude, Gerdo wasn't scared of anything.
Yeah, basically taunting that chain chomp. That was just silly. Alright, Eric going to pick up here. He's going to pick up the Cane of Samari in a second. Ooh, Gerdo gets pretty...
Still getting no drops for Gerdo, though.
Yeah, which is surprising. Those Popos will call for a drop twice, so he's lost 4 coin flips so far. Ooh, Eriphram getting pretty low. He does have powder though, so I'm assuming he'll powder up.
g3rd0 probably watched his first R-rated movie when he was like 3. He was just not afraid of anything. He's like, Exorcist, sign me up, Mom. I got this. Kid has no fear. They're getting all his drops now.
No, he only got one. Well, no, he got the heart.
He got the heart as well, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't even bring him up to full health. But he's not scared, so it's not like it matters.
Yeah, I think he wishes he had less health, honestly. Be more in his element. He needs lesson 4 going into the laser room where death is on the line, and he'll just crank it out perfectly.
Using the iframes from the pegs there to just walk right through that roller spike.
Eriphram hitting his switch, heading into the bomb room where he'll hit his final switch to make his way up to the Vitreous fight.
Tanking a hit there, g3rd0. Eriphram has a bunch of extra bombs, so that's nice for him going into the later segments of the game. Let's see how this laser skip goes for g3rd0. And we also got the Meyer fight, the Vitreous fight coming up for Eriphram as well. Ooh, g3rd0, my man, using the slash strats on that beetle. I don't know many people who do that, but that's my preferred strat. And I'm very
he didn't have any magic, so he didn't really have... His only other option, he could have switched to like hook shot, but it would have been much slower.
Yeah. Okay, he's using the iframes. He does get a lightning cycle, but that doesn't lose too much time. It's just going to be 8 quick arrow shots. Nice.
g3rd0 accidentally missing one of his canes there, puts the block over the edge. Wasn't quite lined up with the area he needed to be, but no big deal. Heading in for the backdoor strats. Doesn't want to knock out front. Doesn't care.
Oh yeah, no, he's a preferred guest in Trinex's house, so he just takes the back door. Pretty solid first phase. Killed both of those head
really nicely done. Airy making his way through the text so he can head up to Trinex. g3rd0 not switching to the hook shot, just gets the quick kill. Backs out after the spin, the double spin, gets the slash pretty safely. Now he's going to grab his heart and his final crystal so that he can head on over to Kefka's tower, which is everyone's favorite part of the game.
g3rd0's tower?
Kefka's tower, obviously. Have you never played A Link to Final Fantasy VI before? It is out of this world.
A Link to Final Fantasy VI. Sounds like a great game.
Yeah, dude.
I should check it out sometime. Ooh, Eriphram getting trolled by dead rocks and boulders. Not too uncommon.
The legend of Final Fantasy to the past. Get excited, mates. It's getting wild. That's going to be the next crossover randomizer, by the way.
Link to the Fantasy?
Yep.
Ooh.
Action-adventure game, and then, but you have to actually have turn-based boss battles with, like, Vitreous and crap.
Alright, g3rd0 heading over to g3rd0's tower. Man, Eriphram is just getting horrible luck with these dead rocks right now.
I don't know. Does he know that he could get a fairy from there?
I was wondering that too. But
yeah. If I get blocked there, I usually hit it just because there's not really anything else to do.
Yeah, might as well use the time somehow. But he does have powder, so he's probably not worried about it.
g3rd0 choosing to go left side here. Nice move.
Oh yeah, g3rd0 showing off his movement
skip
again. Yeah.
I wonder if g3rd0 just... I'm assuming he goes for it, yeah? No, it looks like he's not. I don't go for it either most of the time, unless like the setups wasn't fun. Yeah, he's just a baller.
He just does it.
He just doesn't, man. He doesn't care. Yeah. Dude, you think he was scared? Because I can tell you, if there's one person in this race that is not scared, his name ends in g3rd0, okay?
Yeah, he wasn't scared.
Ooh, Eriphram also going for the slash. Almost learned the same lesson, but fortunately slashed before he got to the jelly.
Yeah, jelly was not his way, fortunately. Yeah, the spike has been skipped.
He's taking it. He's warping it. He's dashing it.
He's taking his warping it. He's dashing it down.
Eriphram astutely choosing to move down just a bit so he doesn't get hit by that roller.
Oh, using the iframes from the hookshot like a professional. Good stuff. I wonder how many times I've said good stuff during these runs. Oh, Eriphram just says, "Hey, I don't like you," and he hookshots the jelly.
Can't confirm. Heard him say it.
Nice. Airy gets his fairy drop.
Airy gets his fairy. I like it. I don't think he realized that his block got hit off by that.
Oh, this isn't fun at all. Oh, he's down one heart.
Oh no! But he's got the powder, and he knows that there is anti-fairies in this room. Waits for it to take a little bounce and grabs himself a little fairy. Meanwhile, g3rd0 in the Mimics room.
Sexy Mimics one.
I know how you feel about it.
I love it. Oh no! He gets friggin' blocked. Gets blocked. And now he's trying to do some long-range manipulation.
Oh, there he goes. All right, he got it.
Beamos.
One arrow to spare. Hopefully he can, you know, he gets favorable RNG in Gauntlet 1 and doesn't have to, you know, have a setup that would require or would be better if he had more arrows so that he can, you know, get through that and then pick up the 5 under the pot in Gauntlet 2.
Yeah, oh no, Airy getting bunny before he can get the double spin off. Yeah, those Beamos did not want him having a quick.
And he got literally the worst RNG for not having arrows, unfortunately. They all went down.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Slashes them all. Actually doesn't pick up the pot with the 5, so he's just going to go straight slashing, and I'm assuming fire. Ooh. Gets the kill in Gauntlet 3. Some pretty weird stuff. Yeah, so he's just going to be doing Fire Rod in the last Gauntlet room, for sure.
Right, let's see how this Landmo goes. Make up for the first Landmo, hopefully. Oh, we get short hopped. That is unfortunate. Short hop to the left from the first Landmo. Decides to save up on some magic and just finish off the last two guys with spins. Take it down. Alright, Airy making his way through the dark platform maze. He will be laser skipping very shortly. Ooh, g3rd0 goes for the...
Yeah, unfortunately gets clipped by the fire bar there.
Yeah.
No biggie. He just wants to make sure that he has less hearts for Ganon, because he knows that under pressure he plays out of this world. So he's just preparing, that's all. It's like kind of like burning bombs, because you don't want to have to menu. He's just burning some hearts, that's all.
Yeah. So he doesn't have to worry about losing them later.
Yeah, exactly. Just get it out of the way, and then don't get hit by anything the rest of the run. See, look at that. Look at that. Tanking the hit, he knows. Unfortunately, he has to pick up a heart under that skull.
If it were up to him, he would not have picked up that heart.
Yeah. He tried to despawn it, I think.
Nice. Airy getting the laser skip there. Little sword setup to make it a little easier, but gets it. Alright, we got 6 hearts headed to Agatu and eventually Ganon right now, as long as he doesn't get hit in the meantime. And Eriphram is heading into Trinex. We'll see what strat he decides to employ.
Slow down. Grab the wall.
He's going for backdoor as well. Good stuff.
Oh, despawns the ball from normal Aga, unfortunately.
Gets a pretty bad pattern there, too. Oh, just barely missed
getting
that last
trolled
one.
on the triple!
So it looks like it's going to be a force.
There he is.
Here.
Cleans it up. Unfortunately, his triple did not count and despawned on the first cycle, so got some pretty unfortunate luck there, despite having really dealt with those patterns really nicely. Eriphram going to be mashing through his text here, as g3rd0 is going to be dropping into the Kefka fight. He's going to be looking for 3 slashes and a double spin here. Gets that off perfectly. Getting his 12th hit, and he's going to start getting some slashes on phase 2.
Using the iframes from the hook shot to avoid the little fire bat spin.
Just his little razzle-dazzle over here.
Cold-blooded.
A little dipsy doodle.
Eriphram's heading out of Turtle Rock now. And he's making his making his way over to Gannis Tower. While g3rd0 is on 3rd phase, just getting plenty of warps for everyone. g3rd0 going for the first spin before the torch glitch. Oh, he's going fire out torch glitch.
Really nice. And he's also going to get a real slick triple on this, too. So he's got 4 hits after just the first...
nice when it works out like that.
Yeah, it is really nice. You like to see that, you know?
Yeah, it's fun. It's great stuff. Oh, no!
Ooh. He takes the fire bat down to 3 hearts. Eriphram getting the bonk key off of the torch there.
Oh, he's going for a cape spin.
Oh, that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. A really tight window to get the spin off if you light the torch after the fire bat has been shot off.
Oh, he's going for another cape spin. Oh, cold-blooded, this guy. Seriously, just doesn't care.
He is a reptile. Beautiful flight. Takes him down. Looks like he's going to be finishing. Like I said, he was on a pretty solid 127 pace there. Tying arguably the most attractive and caustically witty streamer of all of Link to the Past on the leaderboard with a fat 127.25. The kind of finish that only everybody's favorite speedrunner would have. So congrats to g3rd0. That is, I can't think of a better time, honestly. That is amazing. Impeccable.
There's no better time than a 127.25. He's going to come in with an official race time of 127.27 in speedracing.tv. And Eriphram makes his way through Gannis Tower, about to come up to the Armos refight on ice.
He's picking up his 5-pack of arrows, so now he's got 24. We'll see if he chooses just to drop in with those. That is enough for the fight, but there is other arrows you can get. Yep, you'll see he'll pick up 5 here, just in case something goes south. He'll be able to deal with it pretty easily.
Ooh-wee. Eriphram again showing off that the Armos won't spin unless they're all in position. Which is actually used in that fight to manipulate them, so you can get a good setup and then make sure you're at the top of the room. We kind of manipulate when the spin cycle starts. Oh, the spin cycle. Alright, Mimics 1 and 2 coming up. We saw that g3rd0 had a pretty tough time in Mimics 2. The never-ending slash, I like to call this strat. Looks like we have just been joined by g3rd0. g3rd0, solid run there. Congrats on winning the race.
Yo, thanks. What's up, man?
Oh, nothing, dude. That was sweet. 127.25 is like a gorgeous time, so.
Yeah. Yes, it was a decent run. Nothing was very good, but also nothing was really bad, except for Argus.
Yeah, you. I'm not gonna lie. I was not nervous at all during the Argus fight. Not for a second. If you rewatch the VOD, I promise, nobody was scared. We all knew it was gonna be clutched out.
I thought I was going to be the first person in the entire world to die to Argus. But luckily, no.
Yeah, but you got out of it nicely, fortunately, and were able to move on at that point.
Yeah, that brings up a question that I've been wanting to ask you. Was there any point in the run where you were nervous at all? Because there were so many close calls that you just went into and just were so sure about your movement.
Yeah, Argus obviously, also the chomps, because the pokey before didn't drop the fairy, and then one chomp just camped the chest for some reason, like he sometimes does.
Yeah, that
so
made all of us.
That was kind of close as well.
Yeah.
That would be another good time that you should go back and rewatch in the VOD too, honestly.
And you got the fence dash, so.
Yeah, you got the fence dash. Dude, chat was going nuts. I'm pretty sure someone named their child fence dash immediately after. Like, it was getting nuts in here during the fence dash.
Most important part of the run.
Absolutely. So, sounds like you're pretty pleased with the run. Do you know who your next possible opponents are? I
think it's the winner of Parisian Player and Metatron, if I remember correctly.
That's correct.
So that should be a fun race. Both of those runners with the sub 1.2, or excuse me, with the sub 130. So.
I just won some good races, man.
Yeah, and you know, with the round of 64 completing and going into the round of 32, the races are just going to get closer and closer. So, it should be a lot of fun for racers and viewers alike. So, there was nothing else in the run stood out to you. No point in the run that you were really nervous or anything that you pulled off that you were, you know, really excited about.
I don't remember anything that stood out really. Unless I'm forgetting something, but...
That's just how runs go. You get to the end of the run and you're just like, okay, I'm done. I'm not worried about what happened. That's how I picture it, at least.
Actually, I got every single quick warp up until the Turtle Rock quick warp. So that was pretty cool.
Wow. That's a big time save.
Yeah. I don't know how many there are, but... I usually don't get all of them like I did there.
Right.
Eriphram getting the fast Moldorm there because he accidentally poked when he was trying to get his second attack off. Yeah. But cleans him up and is going to hook shot over and head upstairs to Aghanim 2 for his fight. Yeah, that was another thing that you got kind of trolled on. Your execution on the Aghanim 2 fight was really nice, but first you got kind of trolled by the energy ball despawn on the first cycle. And then on the third cycle, I think it was, the one ball kind of like grazed Aghanim's side into the wall. And both of those were kind of lame, honestly.
I've just given up on Aghanim 2, man. It's
yeah.
completely impossible. I just take what I get, you know.
Yeah.
That's the best mindset. Just go in knowing you're defeated before it starts. No expectation.
Eriphram gets a blue ball there, but does get the other 2 energy beam shots. Ooh, 2 blue balls in a row. It's actually pretty rare to see blue balls on Aghanim, so. g3rd0, just because I'm personally curious, how did you get into speedrunning this game?
I think I randomly just saw a VOD of some AGDQ run, like, a couple years back. I think it was 2015. And then I learned to run back then, but never really did runs until last year. For some reason.
Just a lot of practicing beforehand, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I remember hammer jump was the first thing I ever learned. Like before I practiced anything else, I learned practice hammer jump for some reason.
That's kind of an interesting piece of tech to start with.
Yeah. And I still do it the exact same way right now as I did it back then, like the single bomb thing.
Yeah, we saw that you did the single bomb.
I never relearned it since 2015.
I mean, I think ultimately, like, comfort with strategies is way more important than anything else.
Yeah, I agree.
Eriphram going for some nice slick dashes inside the fire bats here. Hook shot and out, and then he's going to clean up some more slashes here.
Ooh. Bobbing and weaving, dodge the bats.
Dodge, dive, dip, dive, and dodge.
Dodge, dive, dip, dive, and dodge.
Duck.
Oh no!
Oh my God! This kid is out of this world! Holy smokes! My goodness.
These are the kind of reactions you can expect throughout the run if you go rewatch the VOD, Gerdo. Just
dude, the fence dash is... Dude, I made the chat get quiet before you went for it.
Alright, Aries finishing up. He's got one more slash before he finishes up phase 3. Finish off the Ganon fight.
Still getting little warps. There it is.
Gives Ganon a couple extra slashes.
Just wants to make sure he knows. He wants to make sure that he knows he is not happy with those
warps.
Warps, yeah.
So he looks pretty confident here. He should cleanly finish this up, but again,
it's a blue ham, unfortunately. Blue ham 83.
Blue ham was born in 1983.
Blue ham was born in 1983. You knew this.
Okay, I haven't been counting. There's got to be only a few left here. He switches over to the torch, or excuse me, the lamp, just for good measure. Make sure he doesn't run out of magic. But I can't imagine he has any more than a couple of hits left.
Switching back to the fire rod. I think he realized that he has plenty of magic. Didn't want to walk over the torch. Gets his final hit, and he is going to be waltzing his way into the Triforce Worm. Give it up for Eriphram, folks in the chat. Give him some GGs. Give him some love. And again, congrats to g3rd0 on taking home the victory and advancing to the round of g3rd0 for the NMG tournament.
Yeah, good, really good race, g3rd0. Congrats on moving on, and hopefully we'll be able to get Eriphram in here. He finishes with an official speed racing time of 37:45.
Yeah, we got about 20 minutes until the next race, so we could probably have him in for a bit, provided that he would like to join us. Hey, Ari, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with my time.
Yeah, congrats, man. It was a pretty smooth run across the board. Did some pretty cool stuff, so congrats on a solid race. It was a lot of fun to watch. Anything particular that you were proud of with the run specifically?
Oh, making a new buddy on top of up on Death Mountain there. I always like making new friends.
Oh yeah, that guy beelined for you as you were trying to make your way over to Hera. That was the first time I've ever actually seen that. So that was
he just wanted to chat. That's all. He just wanted to chat a little bit.
Thanks for showing that off. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
People at chat was just dying to know if he actually had dialogue, and you answered the question for us. So perfect.
Oh boy, does he talk!
Yes, he does.
So I'm looking at speedrun.com, and it says your PB is only 27 days old. So I have to ask, because I wasn't sure, is this like a 2-minute PB for you right now?
1 minute 47 seconds.
Wow.
Congrats, that's awesome.
That's awesome, especially in a race. Really good stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Just happy I didn't trick away again and like that 29-day-old PB. 2 minutes of Ganon time loss is what you saw made up here.
Oh, nice. So you
what was your PB time whenever you signed up for the tournament before any of the practicing or pole play began?
It was like around 141.
Awesome, dude. That's a solid improvement for such a short time. So congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm happy. Even though I lost, which I knew was going to happen, I'm happy with how much I've improved over the tournament.
And all the friends you made on Death Mountain in the Dark World.
Oh, yeah.
Those last for a lifetime.
And great for kickball games.
So were there any points in the run that made you particularly nervous, or that you were excited about pulling certain things off at any point?
The one thing I was nervous as you guys probably picked up on, was just Turtle Rock. I've had a recent string of bad luck there, so I took the safety door just in case.
Yeah.
The string of previous. I'm on a really good pace, and then Trinex does Trinex.
You actually had a very solid Trinex fight too. I saw you go for the backdoor strat, and you took a hit right at the end, but overall it was a solid fight. So yeah, congrats on your PB there. And again, I asked g3rd0 this, so I want to ask you for, again, personal interest. How did you get into it? It seems like you've gotten into it pretty recently. Am I right?
Well, I'm gonna say it's my buddy D-Rock who dragged me kicking and streaming, and I'm like, nice. I'm playing randomizer, let me go. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot, and I had a great time with it.
Yeah, it's a much different experience. You focus on different things, but it is pretty rewarding at the end of the day if it's something you're interested in.
My elimination race this week is with D-Rock, so I think we're supposed to be sworn enemies for the next few days. No opinion. I'm just kidding. No, D-Rock is awesome. If you guys don't know D-Rock, find him on Twitch, drop him a follow. Super, super nice kid. Likes the Boston Bruins. I don't know why, but you know, we all have our shortcomings, our vices.
It's all right. I forgive him too.
All right. So, anybody have any last comments before we take a short break before the next Link to the Past race coming up in just a few minutes here?
Just GG to Eriphram, and thanks to you guys for commentating.
Yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun, guys. Both your runs are really fun to watch. So
yeah.
We were getting pretty excited throughout all of it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Definitely worth
very
it
fun to do commentary. Yeah, 100%.
So thanks, guys. It was great. And congrats again, and g3rd0. Good luck in the next round. And thanks for joining the tournament, Ari. And we're glad to see that you had as much success as you had, and that you were able to improve quite a bit. So that's awesome for both of you.
Yeah, nice job making it to the round of 64. GG to g3rd0 for moving on, and congrats on your PB to Ari. So we're going to wrap it up here now. We have Wolfie versus Langsian coming up on this channel in just about 14 minutes. So if you're watching, make sure you stay tuned for that. That's going to be commentated. I'm actually not going to try to say her name because I'll probably mess it up and somebody will get angry at me. But we also have Kyong92 versus Iraq, and Mutsky's coming back for that one at 10.
I'll be back, so if you guys want me to bring the hype again, you've got it whether you want it or not.
Yeah, so again, thanks for watching. Make sure you stick around and catch up on all the races that are going to be coming up tonight, and GG's.
Deuces.